Hello, people. How you doing today? And with all the rumors going around and stuff, Danny and I have decided to sit down and talk about what's really going on, not these facts of we're fighting, we're not friends, or anything like that. So, out of all the things that I've gained out of this whole thing, knowing Danny doing this show, our friendship is more important than anything. And question me, question the show, attack me. But, mine and Danny's friendship is number one here before anything, including this show. And Danny and I have talked about things, and he's just going to say what he has to feel now and basically what he thinks of this show. Danny, how you doing?
Good, pal. How are you?
So why don't you just start? There's been so many rumors out there yesterday. You take care of say whatever you got to say, and this is what's going up.
Well, here's what I want to say. I just want to let everybody know that I am leaving YouTube. I'm not going to have any affiliation with it. And, I just want to, some of these rumors that are out there are pretty outrageous. Me leaving the show has nothing to do with Lee. Lee is a friend of mine. And let me just clear up something else. There's a lot of people saying that Bill Catullo, the flower child, has run me off of YouTube. If you guys believe that, well, it just goes to show how stupid people are. But with that being said, it has nothing to do with anybody on YouTube. It has to do with me and what's good for me. Because as everybody knows, YouTube is loaded with, crackerjack gangsters and people that say what they're going to do and do nothing. So for my best interest, I'm leaving YouTube, period. And again, it has nothing to do with the channel. I think the channel is doing fabulous. And I think Lee will keep growing the channel with great interviews and continuing to do what Lee does, and that's interview good people. So as far as money goes, I've said this from day one. I never took a dime from Lee. I never wanted 1 cent from Lee. I have a business of my own, and I'm lucky enough to have a great income. So with that being said, I never wanted anything from Lee. Lee never took anything from me. Lee never did anything to me to cause any problems between him and I. So it has nothing to do with Lee. This decision that I'm doing is solely mine and mine only. And I know a lot of you guys are going to try to read into things that aren't true, but you go right ahead, because I know there's a lot of boring people on YouTube that need excitement and they believe whatever they want. There's been several guys that have come to my defense in the comments. One particular guy, I'm not going to name his name, knows me. And he sent something interesting into the chat. And I'll just give you a summary of what he said. He said, there are guys on the street that know Danny, and Danny was a stand-up guy. And, all you guys that create mystery around somebody to benefit your narrative, it just goes to show how weak-minded you guys are. But listen, I have no animosity about anybody on this platform in the mob genre. You guys can act and do whatever you want, because that's what it is, entertainment. And when you jump around like monkeys and say things that aren't true, then, hey, listen, you have a platform to do so. But just remember one thing. Yous are all fools, and you're acting like idiots. So anything else that I need to say or to be addressed about, I have a Facebook page that's very successful. Anybody's welcome to come on there and join and see what's going on. But other than that, I just wanted to clear the air and just basically tell everybody that I am leaving. And in no way, shape, or form does it have to do anything with Lee or the channel. And that's basically it in a nutshell.
And Danny, out of this whole thing, of course, this bothers me that you're leaving. And the number one reason it bothers me is because I enjoy doing these shows with you and people like you. But I also know that you're kind of you get mad easy. And the thing is that when you got a business, you got to deal with people every day. Did you find that affecting that part of your business when you're on here and then you hear people saying these lies about you?
Well, what affects me is, how people can slander you or regurgitate lies and it fits their narrative and people run with it. And I know it's a thing that shouldn't bother somebody 60 years old, but it bothers me to no end, because a lot of these guys that spew hatred and talk shit about somebody will never do it to their face. So I have a hard time dealing with that on YouTube, because quite frankly, the things I'd like to say or do, I can't do because of legal repercussions. And I'm not trying to profess me as being a tough guy and I'll do anything and beat anybody up. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if you're real enough to open your mouth about somebody, you should be real enough to meet that person head on and work out whatever differences you have with that person, whether it be knocking each other out or just having a verbal conversation. But you don't have that on YouTube. You have tough guys that talk shit, and it is what it is. So, I don't want no part of that, and I don't want to bring animosity and aggravation and my temper into my home with my son or customers that I serve throughout the area that I work in. So it's in my best interest to, bow out graciously and let Lee take over on a channel that's doing fantastic.
And the growth of this channel has been incredible. There's false accusations being made about the growth on this channel, but you and I, we know one another when it comes to stuff like that, and we would never do anything illegal to grow this channel. And have you ever seen any type of incidents where illegal stuff was being done on this channel to make
I'm not aware of any. I never seen any, other than the fact that whoever bought them supposed 300 subs to make this channel look like, that's what we're doing. And I just want to clarify, I could have bought 20,000 subs if I wanted to. I don't want that. I want this channel to grow. I don't know if this is a word, organically, if you will. And I want people to sub to this channel because of the content that it puts out, not the rhetoric and the lies and the bullshit. And don't get me wrong, everybody gets caught up in YouTube and everybody says things they really don't mean. And I get that. But when it becomes to a point where, you slander people, then it's not healthy for me to be in that environment.
And Danny, if I sent my show to you right before the show started, are you still the type of guy that would put the show up on your page and say, Lee's got a show coming up?
100%.
Yeah. And so how genuine do you think our relationship is off when we're not doing these shows? Like, how many times do we talk a day? What do we talk about? I mean, you and I, it just as two human beings that people don't understand.
It's a friendship that, we can pick up the phone at any time and call each other and voice any opinions or any situations that we're going throughout the day. That's a given. And again, there's absolutely no animosity between me and Lee. Lee's a great guy. You don't like Lee, that's your problem. I don't have a problem with Lee. And Lee has never done anything wrong to me. And again, I have no animosity against anybody out here. FBS, none of them. Because if I do, then, what does that say about me? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but I'm just going to say this. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled to what they think about another person. But I think if people started, paying more attention to what each other does throughout their life, as opposed to attacking them, I think there would be a lot better people, including myself, around.
And so we pretty much did this show through the summer, and it's been a great summer.
Absolutely.
I mean, especially with the growth and what more than anything. And I've said this to Danny many times. My friendship to Danny is more important than this show. If Danny said, look, Lee, shut the show down and let's be friends, I can be totally 100% honest. That's what I will do. Very rarely in life do you meet somebody that becomes your friends that you bond with. I don't know. And do you feel that same way that I feel, Danny, about that?
Absolutely.
And I don't consider you a bullshitter where you would come on here and say otherwise, would you?
Well, no. And you know me, and you know what I'm about. You know me for the last 3 or 4 months, and I've been nothing but honest with you. We've had arguments, but we worked through them. It wasn't a fuck you scumbag. It wasn't none of that. It was two guys explaining each other's differences and hashing it out. And, that's what people do. And I think if more people did that, we wouldn't have the hatred that we have here on YouTube. And again, I'm not professing to be perfect, because I'm the biggest jerk off sometimes when it comes to opening up my mouth about people on YouTube. So all I want to say is,
it's easy. And guys, everybody on these channels have past, guys, and we can dig it up and look at it and stuff. But it's time for all of us to look in the mirror and say, is this what we want? I want to do my shows. I'm willing to leave everybody alone. Just leave me alone. Don't mention my name. I don't mention your name. Shouldn't that be the way it is, Danny? Everybody just show their abilities and shut up about the next person.
Listen, I think that's probably the strongest statement that anybody can say on YouTube. Irregardless of how you feel about certain content creators or different content creators, you know what? It is what it is. Everybody has a right. Even the rats have a right to say what they want. But we also have a right to say what we want. So again, what I'm saying to you is that everybody on this YouTube needs to take a better look at themselves, including myself, and just try to do better within your own life.
Well, the one thing you've done with me, Danny, and I could say this, you've balanced me. You put me right down in the center. The old Lee would have been attacked and put up videos attacking back. And I don't even feel like doing that anymore. I don't care. I had one content creator sending me text yesterday mocking me, saying, because of you and I, and saying, oh, Danny left you, wants nothing to do with you. And it's just like, why are you texting me? You haven't texted me in months. You're texting me now. And
well, it's just instigation. And listen, guys, I'm not professing I'm some perfect, because I'm far from it, even to this day. So all I'm saying, look, everybody has disagreements. Everybody hates one another. But the bottom line is everybody should be able to agree to disagree and do their own content and create their own ability to have people drawn to their content. And I think that should be across the board. Forget about hammering everybody and calling people names, and I'm as guilty as everybody else. Just do your thing and try to do it civilly. That's all I'm saying.
And what is your opinion still, mainly? Have you changed your opinion on rats?
I don't. I think they are, unequivocally one of the lowest forms of human breath on earth. For them to have a platform to come on here and try to make themselves relevant and why they did what they did. But again, I don't care who you are. You can believe what you want, and I'm going to believe what I want. And that's what a democracy is about. But rats, to me, are just simply intolerable. And, what do you do with rats in an infestation? They exterminate them. So, again, that's harsh words, but that's my opinion.
Say in a few months you're in a different area of your life. Say you retired and stuff like that. Do you see yourself possibly coming back and showing up as a guest every once in a while? And
well, I mean that's very possible. I think what I need to do in my life as of now is I have some things going on that are very important, and they're going to be to some financial gain to me. So that's my area of direction now. And who knows what will bring 3 months from now? I might have a $50,000 viewing channel. Who the fuck knows? But the fact of the matter is one step at a time. I got to take care of my business, and anything is possible.
And when you do these shows, it's a way to introduce yourself to people. And that's what it comes down to. And people are going to decide whether they like you or hate you. There's no in between.
Well, that's what I mean. You can hate somebody. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to agree with somebody, but to make a conscious act to attack everybody day in and day out, I mean, everybody's able, they can do that. But all I'm asking and saying is, everybody needs to sit back a minute and realize what they have in their life and try to better themselves. And that's what I'm doing.
Well, Danny, I'm going to end this at a 15. I'm going to drop this and make it a 15-minute one. And after I put it down, you know what I'm going to do, people? I'm going to call Danny Trio, and we're going to bullshit about him going out last night and was that calamari that you put up last night?
Yeah, man, it was fucking good.
Man.
Not only that, I had a second. I took a second one to go, so forget about it. I was like a pig in shit.
Oh man, calamari's like eating potato chips.
You can't stop. You can't
Oh
stop.
my God. And so where do you get good calamari?
Well, I'm not going to tell you where I was, but it was a place called Sal's. It's a good friend of mine. And I mean, the stuff melted in my mouth. It was like butter.
So when I come visit you or whatever we're going to do in the future, you're going to take me there? You're going to treat me?
Yeah. They might put you in the basement after they're done, but yeah. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
No, Danny, listen.
Sal is one of the best. And the galamad that we had was, he got it yesterday, and it was fresh as fresh could be. And it was really good.
I thought maybe that you were running around with some secret woman.
Well, I do have somebody that I met 35 years ago that was related to Sal Mangiamelli, who I was friends with, who was a Colombo family member. And we rekindled the friendship and probably more sometime. So, and that's all, that's where I'm at.
That's good, man. That's good. Danny, I love you like a brother. And it means more my relationship to you. I'm not this person that they make me out to be on here, people. I have a real true friend here, and this is who we are. And if people don't believe it or like it, I don't care. I care about my friendship with Danny Trejo and be able to pick up the phone and talk to him as a friend, especially when things are bothering me. Danny, that means more to me than anything. Well, with that, I'm going to say goodbye. And Danny, I'll shut this off and talk to you in a minute. And then I'm going to get this out. Everybody, please hit like, sub to the channel if you haven't subbed. And appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. This means a lot to me.